Okay, James, question mark. I have no idea where he's from. He wants to go to Cebu. I really want to know what country you're from, what state you're from. I want to frame you. I want to know your male, female, and what city, and whatever. Because what I'm doing is I need to empathize with you, and I need to talk to you. Now, James Anonymous, these guys go to Cebu for boom boom girls and sit around and boom boom girl themselves to death. Okay. Now, this guy says he wants to go in May. He says, have you been to Cebu? Philippines. That's an island in the south of Philippines. One of the more, I don't know. It's a very common place to go to. I've been there, but I didn't stay in a hotel. I stayed with a friend of mine in his apartment. Cebu, I didn't really ever find the soul of Cebu, so I really don't know the soul of Cebu. But the Philippines about the always the same. Should I reserve a room or go without a booking? You didn't tell me how long you're going to go for. So I guess if you're going to be there for 2 days, you might as well book it. If you're going to be there for 5 days, you might as well book it. If you're going to be there for 3 months, of course not. You're not going to book it. But reserve, that's not a yes or no question. Really what you do, what I do everywhere, if I'm in a worry at all, what I would do is reserve a room for 1 day. Now, maybe you're nervous, so reserve the room for 2 days. Okay? And in those 2 days, if you're going to spend a long time, longer than 5 or 10 days, what you do is you just walk the city, you go find every expat you can, and ask them where a good hotel is. And, walk up to them and say, where's a good hotel, and tell them the price you want to pay. Don't ask a good hotel. Tell them the price you want to pay. I want a room for $10 a day. I want a room for $300 a month, and they're going to do it. There's tons of forums on the internet for the Philippines, and usually, if you really work it hard, you can get somebody to honest up. Never talk to anybody that doesn't tell you the price. A good room, a good price from a hotel is never excludes the price. Okay, he wants to go in May, and so my recommendation is to get a booking for 2 days. I think he's going to stay a long time because he says, I go with a Filipino woman, and he spelled it Filipino with an F, so he spelled it the Philippine way, right? So that means he's got some idea of Filipino whatever. Now, I will say, a Filipino woman that you trust. Okay. You really should never trust a girl to help you. Okay? The reason why that is, especially if you met her over the internet, you can't trust her at all. But, okay, everybody on the planet, every woman that's dating you, an American, and dating a Philippine, wants to up their social status. So they want you to stay in the nicest hotel, the most expensive hotel, and make sure everybody in that city knows that they're special. And you're not going to get a good deal 98% of the time with a local girl. She's going to make sure you're happy, make sure you're in the best hotel, make sure you're in the most expensive hotel, and make sure her social status go up, because we're all rich and she's poor, and she just doesn't believe that you're under a budget. So, but how do you say you trust a woman? Well, if you really trusted her, you wouldn't be asking me the question. You'd be asking her, right? Okay. You should be looking for a room in the Philippines. You can rent a room in the Philippines for $10 a day up to, Cebu's there's a hotel that I know that a bunch of guys from Sosua go to that I really want to go to. They called, the dentist. There's a dentist guy in Sosua that goes and stays at it. And then I think another guy, and I would really like to go to this hotel because it's the center of the expat community. Johnny just went to Cebu and just had a horrible time. But I don't think I think he had the same problem as me. He couldn't find the center, the feeling that you're part of something. And I think there is one, because there's a lot of people there. But a lot of Cebu people go there to hide away and go with their Philippine wife that they purchased in Los Angeles City, and de-purchase it. Okay. Have fun. I don't know. As always, you reserve a room for 2 days. Walk. Don't get preoccupied with being a tourist. If you can't stop yourself from being a tourist, you're going to have to book the room for the whole time. But you just book a room for 2 days and then pay a lot of money for 2 days and then walk around until you get it. Or just sit there in the hotel and say, I'm leaving, and give me half the price. If you stay more than 10 days or a week, you can often get the price down 35% just by saying, I'm going to stay longer. But the Philippines is a tough nut. They're really difficult there. It's not a cheap country compared to the other 200 poor ones. It's cheap compared to America.